The Coffee Shop Promise. Some promises are spoken aloud, and some are made silently between two hearts. This story begins on an ordinary morning, the kind people forget easily. But for Naina, it was the morning that changed everything. She sat alone in a small coffee shop near the railway station, stirring her coffee without drinking it. Outside, people rushed past, carrying bags, dreams, and unfinished conversations. She liked watching strangers, because strangers never asked questions. Every day before work, she came to the same place, same table, same quiet corner. And every day, a boy sat across the room, reading a book. She didn't know his name, but she noticed the way he smiled softly at the pages, the way he looked out the window as if waiting for something, or someone. Weeks passed like this, two strangers sharing silence. Until one morning, the cafe was crowded. The only empty seat left was across her. "Can I sit here?" he asked politely. Naina hesitated for a second, then nodded. That was the beginning. His name was Arjun. Their first conversation was awkward, small talk about coffee, weather, and the long train delays in the city. But somehow it felt easy. Too easy. Days turned into a quiet routine. He would save her favorite table. She would bring extra sugar because he always forgot. They talked about everything, dreams they had buried, fears they never admitted, and places they wanted to see someday. Slowly, the coffee shop stopped being just a place. It became their world. One evening, as rain painted the windows, Arjun said something unexpected. "I think some people meet at the right time," he said, looking at her seriously. Naina smiled but said nothing, because she believed timing was cruel, and she was right. A month later, Arjun stopped coming. No messages, no explanation, just absence. At first, she told herself he must be busy. Then days became weeks. The chair across her stayed empty, and suddenly the coffee shop felt too quiet. One morning, the cafe owner handed her a folded napkin. "He asked me to give this to you," he said gently. Her hands trembled as she opened it. In messy handwriting, it said, "I got a job in another city. I wanted to tell you in person, but I didn't know how to say goodbye without making it harder. I promised myself I wouldn't ask you to wait, but if fate is kind, maybe we'll share coffee again someday." Naina read it twice, then a third time. She smiled, sadly, softly, and placed it inside her diary. Life moved on. Seasons changed. New people entered her life, but no conversation ever felt the same. Years later, on a rainy morning, she walked into a cafe in another city. She froze. At a table near the window sat a man reading a book. He looked up. Their eyes met, and suddenly time folded in on itself. Arjun smiled, that same quiet smile. "Can I sit here?" he asked, repeating the words from years ago. She laughed softly, her eyes shining. "You already did," she said. They sat together as rain fell outside, two strangers once again, but this time strangers who knew what it felt like to lose and find each other. Because sometimes love doesn't promise forever. Sometimes it simply promises another cup of coffee. And maybe that is enough.